of Jerry Weintraub? Jerry Weintraub, a lot of people know him because he was a great Hollywood producer. Anyone heard of Jerry Weintraub? A lot of people. And so he did Ocean's 11, he did Diner, he did Karate Kid, he did Ocean's 11. And a lot of people don't know this, though, but Jerry Weintraub, before he became a Hollywood producer in the big leagues, he used to be a concert promoter. And he started off, he didn't have a lot of money, and he had this big dream to be a great concert promoter. And here's what he did. He came up with this ridiculous idea, because you know this, every visionary is initially ridiculed before they are revered. And he was just starting out, and he was not known. And he said to his wife, honey, I'm going to put Elvis on tour. Now, I know we have a lot of Elvis fans in the room. Oh, really? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. But at the time, Elvis was the #1 performer in the world. And so his wife looks at him and she says, Jerry, the only thing is you don't know Elvis. And he goes, but I will. See, your faith has to be larger than your fear. And you have to go to the places that scare you. Because the opportunity you are most resisting is the place where your mastery lies. And so here's what he did. The next morning he gets up and he picks up the phone and he calls Colonel Parker, cold calls, Elvis's manager. And he says, Colonel Parker, my name is Jerry Weintraub. You don't know me, but I'm a concert promoter and I want to put Elvis on tour. And Colonel Parker says, Elvis is not going to go on tour with you. I've never heard of who you are. And here's what he says, don't ever call me again. Next morning, Jerry Weintraub wakes up, and the first call of the morning, Colonel Parker. Hi, Colonel Parker. It's Jerry Weintraub again. I want to put Elvis on tour. Colonel Parker says, I don't know who you are. Do not call me ever again. You are never going to put Elvis on tour. Hangs up the phone. Next morning, Jerry Weintraub's first call of the morning, Colonel Parker. This goes on, ladies and gentlemen, for not a week, not a month. It goes on for an entire year. First call of the morning, Jerry Weintraub calls Jerry Parker. So through the year, eventually Colonel Parker starts to melt, and they become telephone friends, to use Jerry Weintraub's words. And after 1 year of Jerry Weintraub calling Colonel Parker every single morning, here's what he says. Jerry, you can put Elvis on tour. And then he goes, be at my office with $1 million. And you can put him on tour. So Jerry Weintraub says, thank you so much, Colonel Parker. It's going to be an amazing tour. Elvis is going to love it. We're going to have a lot of fun. This is going to make you a lot of money. It's going to be just great. Hangs up the phone. He says to his wife, where am I going to get $1 million? So here's about an investor in Las Vegas, and he gets on an airplane and he goes to Las Vegas. This is what world class takes. To have the results only 5% of the population have, you've got to be willing to do, John, thank you, what 95% of the population are unwilling to do. And if you do this, they'll call you a misfit, a kook, an eccentric, a weirdo. How about a round of applause for the weirdos that have transformed the world? And that is why you've got to battle-proof and fortify and insulate and immunize yourself against the rock throwers. So he gets on an airplane and he goes to Las Vegas. And he meets the investor. And the investor goes, hey, how are you? So you need some money? And he says, yeah, he said, I need $1 million. So Jerry Weintraub, he says, yeah, I need $1 million. And the investor says, well, what do you want $1 million for? Jerry Weintraub says, I want to put Elvis on tour. Investor says, okay, but I'm still not totally convinced. Jerry Weintraub said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 50% of my concert business For the entire lifetime, I'm in the concert business. Pretty amazing, right? Generosity beats scarcity every day of the week. Generosity is the DNA of prosperity. And give and come from a generous heart, professionally, personally, spiritually, when you don't have anything. You all have a lot. Check into your heart. Where am I being scarce in my personal life with my clients? You know about my 10x value obsession. Give your clients 10 times more than what they pay, and they will become your fanatical followers. But that takes an open heart. So the investor goes, sure. Next morning, you won't believe, Jerry Weintraub flies home, goes into his local bank, walks in. He's got cowboy boots on, he's got jeans, he's got long hair. He's a young guy with not a lot of money, and he walks into his bank. Man, behind the counter, the teller looks at him. Jerry Weintraub says this. Hi, my name is Jerry Weintraub, and I'm here to pick up $1 million. And she looks at him, and she thinks he is crazy, cuckoo, bonkers. But at the same time, at the very same time, a man in the back of the bank hears what was just said and comes running out. And he says, I'm the bank manager. And Jerry Weintraub says, there should be $1 million waiting for me here at this bank. And here's what the manager says. Yes, there is. And without checking any ID, gives him whatever it was, a draft or whatever, for $1 million. Jerry Weintraub now flies over to meet Colonel Parker, walks into the office, says, it's great to finally meet you, pulls out his briefcase, opens it up, hands him a draft for $1 million. Colonel Parker says, amazing, great to do business with you. I'm so happy to do this. Elvis is going to love this tour. He said, Elvis only has one requirement, though, no empty seats. Jerry Weintraub says, no problem. It shall be done. So, start the tour. Everything starts to sell out. Now, you know that without innovation, stagnation is the beginning of obsolescence. That's what happens to a lot of great businesses. Nokia, BlackBerry, Kodak. Oh, Toys R Us. Toys R Us went bankrupt. The moment you fall in love with your winning formula is the moment you're on the path to irrelevance. You've got to have that fire in the belly to relentlessly make things better or you're done. So Jerry Weintraub sells out the tour. Everything is going great. He says, you know what? On the first event at Miami, first concert, why don't we do a matinee? No one had ever done that before. As a matter of fact, Jerry Weintraub is the one who did concert tours for big bands. No one had ever done that before. Now it's so common. Whoever it is, U2, Kanye, Gaga, whoever. And so he says, let's do a matinee. Colonel Parker says, that's fantastic. Elvis is going to love doing a matinee. So great, set up a matinee. A week before the matinee, Jerry Weintraub calls up the person setting up the concert hall and says, how are tickets going? And the guy says, great, we sold out. Jerry Weintraub can't believe it. He says, this is golden. A day before the concert, he shows up and goes to the concert hall in Miami to check out the seating for the matinee. And he looks over, he meets the guy who said everything was sold out, and behind him, 5,000 unsold tickets. He looked at the guy and he said, I thought you told me the concert, the matinee was sold out. He said, I just told you what you wanted to hear. Where the victim sees adversity, the hero looks for opportunity, and you want to wire it into a place of default. So here's what he did. I just love this. He went next door where there was a jail. And he says to the warden, I've got 5,000 seats on the floor that need to be taken out of the concert hall by tomorrow. Could you do it? The warden goes, no problem. We'll get my guys to do it. So all these people, all these prisoners, leave the jail, go into the concert hall, move out 5,000 seats, put them in the parking lot, they cover it, show goes off without a hitch. Elvis loved the matinee, although in the debrief he did say to Colonel Parker and Jerry Weintraub, he said, I don't know what it is, it's just the evening audiences are a little louder. 6 weeks later, Jerry Weintraub went from nothing to a multimillionaire. What's the lesson? Absolutely relentless. No one will believe in you until you believe in you.